The color green. We now have information and leaks of the commons and uncommons and rares for the color green. To top it off, the exclusives for the starter deck, which is what we're going to start off with first. Our leader is Piccolo Jr. Auto. When this card attacks, a leader card, draw a card. Awaken. Life is 4 or less, untap 2 energy, flip the card over. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Active main, once per turn. 1 green energy cost. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards which energy cost are 5 or less and KO it. Then this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. This is really cool. So you're able to control the board with Piccolo every turn. So you tap 1, you blow something up that's 5 or less. So similar to the Cell, but with Cell you have to kind of wait 2 turns and then take them out of the soul and pop. Well, Piccolo, you're able to do it every single turn by the cost of 1 green energy. To top it off, he becomes a 20k attacker right after. So pretty decent. I'm not sure if this is going to see as much play as we hope, just because of the other Namekian leaders we're about to talk about, and Cell being I guess a little bit better in a sense, since you get a consistent draw. But good nonetheless, especially for you Piccolo fans. My boy Gohan. So, Auto, when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. Amazing. Son Gohan Adolescence, Saiyan Earthling Universe 7. So now we have another Universe 7 Gohan target that we can evolve the 5-drop on if you're playing, Universe 7 Gohan.deck. Not just that, any Universe 7 themed deck now has an extra card we can play. Not just this Gohan, but the next card we're about to talk about. So really cool, expands more playability. Top it off, in my opinion, he's better than Broly. Broly makes your opponent choose a card when you Shigesh with him. Now, Gohan, you get to pick a 4 or less and pop it. So this is going to be a very powerful card for sure. So Gohan fans, rejoice! Yay! So here we go. Let's talk about his partner, his daddy. PICCOLO. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Son Gohan Adolescence with an energy cost of 3 or less from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So we can add the Gohan we were just talking about. You can add Ability Unleashed Gohan to your hand. And then you can even, with Universe 7, you can add the blue Gohan, the meditating one. So this Piccolo is really good. I can definitely see this in Gohan.decks. I can see this especially in Universe decks, because this is a Universe 7 Piccolo as well. So again, Universe 7 decks are going to get more and more playable cards. King Piccolo, Lord of Terror. So he has Double Strike, and he has permanent Bond 3. So let's quickly talk about bonds. So bonds is a specific requirement, meaning if you have X amount of specified characters or traits on the board, you can activate the bond. So for example, this one, Bond 3, meaning you need 3 Namekians. This skill takes effect when you have 3 or more of the specified battle cards in play. Reduce the energy cost of this card and in your hand by 2, so you can bring them out even faster. But as you can see, you need 3 Namekians on the board to activate this effect. Okay, so really good. You bring them out by turn 3, right? So, Auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. Spot removal. So what's really cool is by turn 3, you can bring them out, get a double striker, and able to blow something up on the board. So this bond thing is definitely something that Namekians are going to be utilizing a lot of. And possibly in other characters or other traits down the line, we'll probably get more of this bond effect coming into effect. So really cool. Definitely, I can see this card being maybe teched a 1 or 2 of. Nothing more than that. But he is 2,500, so I can see playability. But it really all depends how consistently can we get, 3 or more Namekians sitting on the board without them getting blown up. That's the big question. And the last starter deck exclusive, Saunel. Yeah. Namekian Bond Saunel. Anyway, 1,500. Auto Bond 3. Namekians. So the skill takes effect if you have 3 or more of the specified battle cards in play. Okay. When you play this card, draw 1 card. Then you may choose up to 2 cards from your life and add them to your hand. if you choose to add one or more cards to your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So this helps you awaken. And by awakening, you're able to destroy cards on your opponent's field. And it doesn't specify the level, so it could be a size 1, a size 8, a size whatever. You take two cards from your life and blow something up. So this is really good, especially if you need to awaken. So I can see this card see some play, maybe a 2 or 3 of at most, since we have another really good awakening card, which we're going to talk about real soon. Piccolo. When this card attacks later, draw a card. When your life is 4 or less, flip 2 energy over and flip this card over. He is a Namekian god and Universe 7. So another Universe 7 card. Pretty sweet. Let's look at his flipped effect. Permanent, bond 2. So you need 2 Namekians on the field. When you do, he gains critical. Critical is always really good. Auto. When this card attacks, draw a card. Then choose up to 1 Namekian on your battle area, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So this Piccolo leader, I feel like, is more of a mid-range kind of temple-like deck. So you're spamming your Namekians on the board, and then you're just constantly applying the critical pressure towards your opponent. So he's a good leader. There is an extra card that we're going to be talking about soon that only works with this Piccolo. It will not work with the Demon King Jr. Piccolo, so which might make this Piccolo a little bit more playable. So I can see this being played, but now it all really depends the rest of support to make this Bond 2 more consistent. Lord Slug. Once per turn, choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. This card gains critical for the duration of the turn. When your life is 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. Vegeta 2.0. This leader is amazing. We've seen how powerful Vegeta is. And the green cards are very, very powerful. So Lord Slug is a very powerful leader. Let's look at his Awaken effect. I will not be surprised if it's as strong, if not the same effect. Lord Slug, Gigantafeed. Whatever. Auto. When this card attacks, draw a card. Once per turn, place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. Then your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in the drop area. So, okay, it's still very strong. Now, at the very first glimpse, it doesn't seem that powerful. Why are you minusing a card to minus them a card? Think about it this way. You're applying a lot of pressure with critical. You can run a crit-based deck in a sense. So your opponent doesn't have much of a hand. They're not getting that huge advantage by attacking them, and they're getting that advantage from their life. So they don't have as big as a hand as you would, because keep in mind, you're getting your own life. So you're adding cards to your own hand from your life. They're not getting anything from their life. And then now you discard those extra cards you don't need to the discard. Your opponent's discarding more cards. So you are forcing hand control. And it's a pretty decent hand control, because keep in mind, your opponent didn't get cards from their life. They have to manually draw or use draw effect cards. So it is a powerful leader. I can see this leader do a lot of damage, especially with obviously Champa. You Champa, you dump 2 of those life into the graveyard. So Lord Slug, watch out. He's going to be very strong. Remember when I said Lord Slug running crit-based style deck? With crit-based battle characters? Gohan, oh my gosh. Auto, when this card attacks, you may choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. If you do, this card gains 10,000 power and critical. This is green Kaba. Okay, we know how powerful Kaba is, especially with helping you awaken. So, okay, think of it this way. You have a 1500 1-drop that does critical. Early game, amazing. Mid-game, decent. Late game, not so much. So, critical strong. We know that critical is like one of the most powerful effects in the game. I mean, you're obviously applying so much pressure toward your opponent. You're gonna make them minus either from their hand, or they're not gonna gain any advantage from their life. So now we have a 1-drop that can help you awaken 1, and then has critical, and can keep up with an awakened leader. Very, 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 very powerful. Definitely going to be staple in most green decks. So watch out. Gohan, thumbs up for sure. Power Barrier Piccolo. 1500 2-drop with barrier. Now, why this is important is Piccolo, you can now play him as a 2-drop or use one of your cards to bring him out, which we'll talk about soon, and have him sit on the board. So that helps you keep your bond effect active more consistently. So yeah, you don't attack with Piccolo, but now they can't kill him. So you have a Piccolo on the board, and then another Namekian, and then now your Piccolo leader's active. You have 2 of these Piccolos on board, another Namekian, and your Demon King Piccolo effect is active. So this Piccolo will actually be playable in that sense, where he is a body on the board that can't be killed. So he's just going to sit there and help you meet the requirement for the bond, and then near the end of the game, apply that extra little poke pressure. So he will be definitely played for sure. Reign of Terror King Piccolo, dual attack, active main. Place this card in the drop area, choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Then choose up to 1 Piccolo or 1 Piccolo Jr. with an energy cost of far less from your hand and play it. So this is very good. So in a sense of 4 energy, you're able to play 2 Piccolos on the field. So you have this Piccolo, clear a board, or swing at your opponent, right? Then you sacrifice him, untap 1, bring another Piccolo. And now it doesn't specify color Piccolo, so you know that blue dash pack Piccolo that blows up something, you can use that. Blow something up and swing with critical. You can use obviously the other Piccolos that we've talked about and going to be talking more about later. So this can be good. It really depends what other Piccolos we get down the line. So yeah, keep an eye out for these, definitely. Gift of Power Guru, active main, once per turn. Choose 1 of your battle cards and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So, pretty good. If you're able to keep Guru consistently on the board, you're able to power up your Namekians, and it can help, meet the requirement for the bond. But he's very weak, so he can definitely be board cleared with like Kale and Mass Sane or whatnot. But yeah, he's okay. It all really depends what other support we get. Nail, the Namekian Ace, Bond 2. If you have 2 or more Namekians on the board, you can get its effect, right? When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Not too bad, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So, he's decent. He gets you to draw a card every turn. So, we've seen cards like this, like Kale, Android 19. So, they do decently. So we'll see how it works out when we get more cards. Kami, the Watcher. Permanent, bond 2 Namekians, right? Then reduce the energy cost of this card from your hand by 2. And then when you play this card, draw a card. So if you have 2 Namekians on the board, you play him for 1 green energy and you draw a card. So, well, he's okay. I mean, pretty bad dead draw. It could be a dead draw just because of that 3 cost. So, mixed feelings. Kind-Hearted Dende. When you play this card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and choose 1 Namekian, add them to your hand, shuffle your deck. This is obviously very good. Deck thinning, toolboxing, what more can you ask for? Helps with that bond since he'll be sitting on the board. Popo, Guardian Aid. When you attack or combo with this card, if your leader card is green, you may place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck into your drop area. So, it seems kind of weird, but it could, if you're playing like a black-green deck, it can fuel your drop zone for, playing out your black cards. So, well, we'll see. Saunel. Super combo, now instead of 4, it's 5 or less life. You draw a card, gains 10,000 power. Very good, amazing art, works for your Namekian green leaders. Namekian Duo Purina. Active main, once per turn. Choose 1 Namekian from your hand and place it under this card. Draw 1 card, and this card gains 10,000 power and critical. So this isn't half bad. So it's a 2-drop. You put it Namekian there, it becomes a 20k with crit. So applies that extra bit of critical pressure. I can see this being played. My only concern is it may not do so well in like a Lord Slug deck since you're using Slug to discard. You want to keep a decent hand size. But for all other, Namekian decks like the Piccolo, it can definitely be a very helping pressure card for sure. Lord Slug Young again. Auto, bond 2, Slug Army. So you need to have 2 Slug Army on the board. When you play this card, if your leader card is Slug's Army, choose up to one slug army from your battle area with an energy cost of 3 or less and play it. I'm sorry, from your drop area and play it. Then choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode. So it's pretty cool. Field Swarm. You grab your slug army, get an extra, Field Swarm ability, and you untap your energy. So it can be decent for sure, providing swarm and whatnot. Lord Slug, return to form. When you play this card, choose up to one slug army from your deck with an energy cost of 4 or less and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So really good toolboxing again, thinning out your deck. You get to pick what you'd like, so very good. Angela, critical, so good. Autobond 2 with 2 slug army. When this card attacks, if your leader card is Slug Army, your opponent chooses one card from their hand and places in the drop area. This is very good. So you're now swinging with critical, and your opponent doesn't want to take the damage because it goes to life. But then to top it off, they already have to discard a card from their hand. So either they're going to discard 2 or more cards from their hand to protect this, and obviously from the effect, or they're going to lose a card from their hand and lose a card from their life. Very, very strong. Head Honcho Meta Matcha. So when you play this card and your leader is a slug army, you play 1 meta token. It has 5,000 power, 0 combo cost, and 5,000 combo power. So similar to Goku Black, you get this token, you can use it to combo to defend yourself or be aggressive. So this can be good. It provides a little bit more field swarming for the slug army. So decent. Dark Vassal Tambourine. He is a demon clan and has critical, 2-drop 15k. So obviously very good, especially if you're going to be playing critical based deck. Yeah, so critical is strong, as you guys know. Dark Vassal Symbol. He is a demon clan, blocker, 1-drop. Whatever, nothing special. And 1-drop 10k drum. So nothing really special about him either. He's just a drum. Now let's talk about this amazing card here. Special Beam Cannon, 1-drop. If your leader card is Piccolo, keep in mind there's only one Piccolo leader. Demon King Jr. Piccolo doesn't work. It gains 10,000 power for the duration of the battle. Awesome. Then choose up to one card from your opponent's hand and place it to the drop area. So really cool. If you meet the bond requirement, Piccolo is going to be swinging as a 25k with critical, and your opponent's forced to discard a card. So this card is really, really good. And it doesn't say you can't stack it. So technically you can stack this and just keep powering it up. Piccolo swing for big with crit, and your opponent discards cards from hand. What more can you ask for? Planic Namek. It's a field card. Choose one card in your hand and place it to the drop area. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck and choose up to one Namekian with an energy cost or 2 or less from among them and play it and shuffle your deck for the cost of 1 green. This is really good. So remember I was talking about the 2-drop Piccolo? So with Barrier, you search the top 3, you get the Piccolo. Search the top 3, get the Dende, get the Guru. You're able to field swarm with this. Yeah, you lose 1 card from your hand, but think of it this way. If you have an extra card that you can't use, or another Planic Namek you can't use, or a dead card, ditch it. Get a free summon, field swarm, so you can meet those bond requirements. Planic Namek, I believe, is a very strong card. Obviously, the more stuff we get along time goes by, the more powerful Planic Namek will become. Sacrifice, or AKA Learn to Dodge. Counterattack, negate the attack. Permanent, if your leader card is Namekian, when you activate this card's counter, you may choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, you may activate the card's counter without paying its energy cost. So instead of paying 1 energy, you pay life. Easier, closer to awakening. You could protect your creatures. Pretty cool. It's nice to see a Namekian specified negate. And obviously, if you don't want to take the life, you can just pay the 1 green to negate. So pretty cool. Art's really sweet too. Super excited. How about you? Finally, Namekian cards. Finally a Piccolo leader. Everybody's been asking for them, and Bandai's finally given us what we've been wanting. What combinations are you excited to work with? What leader do you feel is going to be the best? Comment below and give a thumbs up, and subscribe if you like the content. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys pretty soon. Peace out.